12-year-old Polly Hannah Class was in her own bedroom having a slumber party when she was abducted last night.
Now we need your help to bring Polly Class home.
Somebody said, Winona Ryder on line 4. So I hit line 4 and I said hello, and then I started hearing crying.
There's a tragic reason why Winona Ryder's Stranger Things performance feels so real.
Find my son. Find him.
She came home with no entourage and showed up in jeans and a t-shirt.
Winona told Polly's father she had seen his daughter.
It was like truly having an angel come down from heaven and help us find my child.
I feel really confident that she is going to come home.
So how did someone praised as an angel suddenly become a target in court?
It's for someone to trot out the body of a dead child.
Winona Ryder may be a double felon, but she's a double felon with a very big heart and a very generous spirit, and nobody should ever forget that.
You have disappointed many people. I'm going to hold you accountable.
I'm on Petaluma. What's the problem? Hello? It's my daughter.
Shortly after I fell asleep, an intruder came into the house, appeared at the door to the room. As Polly opened it to take the sleeping bags into the front room, he had a large knife.
The intruder had interrupted 12-year-old Polly Class and her best friends in the middle of a sleepover. He gagged and tied the terrified girls, warning them not to move.
He said he was only there for the money, but it obviously had nothing to do with money.
He said, "Who lives here?" Polly said, "I do." And then he took Polly.
He told Polly's friends to count to 1,000, and by the time they were done, Polly would be back. They never got to 1,000, and Polly never came back. Polly's friends managed to free themselves and ran straight for help, bursting into Polly's mother's room while she was still asleep. Unaware of the horror that had just unfolded in her daughter's bedroom, she dialed 911 right away, panic rising as the reality set in.
It was hard to say the words, but I said, my daughter has been taken. When you do everything you can as a parent to protect your children, and I'm a very devoted parent and always have been, you just don't think about someone coming into your home.
When you look at the boldness of this kidnapping, a parent is home. 3 girls are having a slumber party. The lights are on. It's 10:30 at night.
There was no playbook for this. It just didn't happen like this. It defies logic.
The town of Petaluma went into shock. Polly's family was desperate. As investigators threw everything they had at the case, they were living every parent's nightmare, mourning their daughter while still hoping she might come home.
The family is asking anyone with any information about this kidnapping to please contact the Petaluma police.
People wanted to help in any way they can. There were impromptu search parties all over town.
This doesn't happen here. And I think because this doesn't happen here, this is why we're all here.
There's someone called America's Most Wanted.
I am Pegasus, the winged horse.
This is home video of Polly Class, the 12-year-old girl who was abducted from Petaluma, California. Polly enjoyed drama and music and dreamed of one day becoming an actress. Now we need your help to bring Polly Class home.
The helpline phones were ringing non-stop, hundreds of people calling in, volunteers flooding the lines, anyone who thought they might have even the smallest piece of information. And then, one day, they got an unexpected caller.
Somebody said, Winona Ryder on line 4. I was like, okay. So I hit line 4 and I said hello, and I didn't hear anything from it. And then I started hearing crying.
Winona was one of the biggest names in Hollywood. Just 21 years old, she was already a major star with a booming career and constant media attention. Her relationship with actor Johnny Depp was all anyone could talk about.
The two of them together created this sort of unintentional power couple that neither one of them actually wanted to be.
Are you in love?
Oh, yeah.
Very happy today.
But just months before Polly's disappearance, Winona's engagement to Johnny came to an abrupt end. She took the breakup incredibly hard, checking herself into rehab.
And I was wishing so badly that I had someone to talk to, a friend, and I didn't. And I saw myself on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine, and it said something like, Winona Ryder, the luckiest girl in the world. And it broke my heart because there I was in so much pain.
But one evening, Winona had been sitting at home watching America's Most Wanted when Polly's face appeared on the screen. And suddenly, she remembered something. A year earlier in 1992, Winona had been standing in the front yard of her parents' home in Petaluma when a group of little girls walked past. One of them paused, waved at her, then shyly hid behind her friend with a smile. Now, seeing the broadcast, Winona realized the little girl who had waved at her was Polly Klaas. Heartbroken by the case, she immediately called the helpline, crying.
And she just finally was able to speak and said, I'm from Petaluma, you know, she looks like me, what can I do?
Ryder arrived last night in Petaluma. She is a hometown girl who said she just wants to help.
This happened in the community I was raised in, and because of the sort of connection I felt with Polly when I watched her on America's Most Wanted. I started acting when I was 12, and she's 12, and she's an actress. And I just, you know, any time something like this happens, you want to do something. So I called this place and asked what I could do.
Winona Ryder was here at the center today on the phone to her Hollywood friends raising funds.
I believe she wanted to offer up to $1 million of her own money, but they felt that would bring in too many false leads, so they ended up settling on a $200,000 reward. And that really catapulted Polly from being just another missing kid to somebody that people would pay attention to.
It was something I had to do because it was just so incredibly tragic, and it would have disappeared from the headlines.
While police continued their frantic investigation, Winona did everything she could to support Polly's family.
It was like truly having an angel come down from heaven and help us find my child. She was preparing to do a movie called Little Women at the time, and she told me that she was keeping one of the roles of one of the sisters in that movie open for Polly.
I feel really confident that she is going to come home.
Then, after 2 months of searching and praying, there was a break in the case. The police detained a possible suspect.
Police are calling Richard Allen Davis the prime suspect in the Polly Klaas kidnap case.
They ran down some of his criminal history to us. They said he's the guy that took her. We know this for a fact, and you have to get used to the idea that Polly is dead. And I went ballistic on them. And I told them that I needed proof.
Richard Allen Davis refused to talk at first, denying any involvement in Polly's kidnapping. But finally, on the 4th day of interrogation, he broke and revealed to police where Polly's remains were. With Polly's case coming to a tragic close, Winona had to return to her own life. But it wasn't easy.
What was the first clear sign you were in trouble?
I was having these horrible anxiety attacks. I was kind of torturing myself, feeling so confused, feeling so lost in my life. And this sort of piercing loneliness that was just sort of heartbreaking. I remember really being so terrified of letting anybody around me know. I didn't want anyone to think I was crazy, and I felt like I was going crazy.
Actress Winona Ryder has reportedly checked herself into a mental institution.
They put me in the psychiatric ward. You would hear screaming at night. It was very, very scary, very real.
Was there ever a point at which you thought you'd never return?
Oh, yeah. I was getting thoughts like, I don't want to be here anymore. I was scared that I might do something stupid.
Security personnel of Saks Fifth Avenue advised that they had arrested actress Winona Ryder
the security camera tape was leaked. So it was about as humiliating as you could imagine.
Security officers observed Ms. Ryder to remove the security tags and place the items in a bag that she had.
The actress walked past 3 cash registers with a pile of clothes and handbags before leaving the store.
Ryder said the incident happened when she was depressed and taking painkillers, which skewed her judgment.
Ms. Ryder has absolutely at no time had any intent to deprive anyone of any property without paying for it.
Winona has expressed to me, at least, that she wants to go to trial.
We anticipate that all of the counts and all of the charges that she was arrested on will be dismissed.
Not since OJ had Hollywood, the media, and the world been so excited for a trial.
The world watched her unravel. The same media that once praised her now circled her downfall, eager to turn her into a joke.
It was immediately covered as pill-popping Winona, shoplifts, poor little rich girl.
Winona Ryder's in trouble. She took the stand today, and now the stand is missing.
Payback time for Winona Ryder. The actress in court for sentencing on her shoplifting convictions. Ryder was ready for her punishment, but not ready for the prosecution attack.
Before the judge delivered her sentence, Winona's lawyer referenced her charitable work, including the support she'd offered during Polly's kidnapping. The prosecutor jumped on it instantly, and the courtroom exploded.
It's for someone to trot out the body of a dead child.
That is just so outrageous, Judge. That really is.
Winona stood up, visibly upset something so personal was being used against her. But it made no difference to the final outcome.
You have disappointed many people. I'm going to hold you accountable.
Outside the court, Polly's father, Mark, publicly defended Winona.
When I was with her a few minutes ago, she was much more concerned with the very insensitive and downright low-down comments that Anne Rundle had made about my daughter than she was about her own current situation.
But the prosecutor made no apologies.
We were simply asking for Ms. Ryder to take responsibility for her conduct, and that's what this trial has been about.
Winona was sentenced to pay $10,000 in fines and restitution, complete 480 hours of community service, and attend mandatory counseling.
The judge has ordered the media to stay away from Ryder while she works off her community service.
Everyone questioned whether Winona could recover from this. And when she disappeared from Hollywood entirely, to many, it looked like the end.
When you get in trouble or have scandal, it's a real concern. How fragile is she? Can she do the work? Is she going to make other acts of poor judgment? And that concerns them and makes them afraid to hire you.
31-year-old Winona made a conscious decision to stop acting and moved back to San Francisco to be near her parents. The shoplifting incident had derailed her career, and she knew she needed to regroup. She spent her time out of the spotlight taking classes at UC Berkeley.
I took some time off. I decided to concentrate on having a life outside of making movies, which is becoming more and more important as I'm getting older. As you finally realize that no matter how much money you have, you can't get a pill that will fix you.
After years of working on herself, Winona was ready to act again. But breaking back into Hollywood wasn't easy, until a project came along that would change everything.
Nearly 15 years after stepping away from the spotlight, Winona Ryder is staging a comeback, joining the cast of what many believe will be one of Netflix's most successful shows yet.
I play Joyce Byers. She's a mom whose heart is shattered.
Joyce starts off the season freaking out because her son is missing.
Everyone thinks she's out of her mind, but she's actually kind of onto something. I had this experience when I was in my early 20s. There was a girl from the town that I grew up in. Her name was Polly Klaas, and she was kidnapped. When you're around that kind of tangible grief, it's otherworldly. I was actually really freaked out with Stranger Things because I wanted them to know how serious that is. It feels very personal. I also talked to Polly's dad.
She came to me in my deepest, darkest hour of need. She was a loyal friend to me, and I'll be a loyal friend to her.
And a lot of my performance in that first season was connected to him.
God help me, I will keep these lights up and until the day I die if I think there's a chance that Will's still out there.
The thing about Winona is she's just completely fearless. Like, she jumps in all the way, 100%, and that's what you need for the Joyce character. Winona goes there.
Stranger Things reminded of a new generation of her talent, and she got a huge new fan club.
This show has really changed my life.
My favorite part about playing Joyce is getting to watch these kids grow up. They started at the same age I was when I started.
She was literally like a second mother to me.
She drove onto set one day just to see if I was okay.
And now you have a baby. I feel like I learned so much from them.
They're just, I'll get emotional. They're just, I will always love them forever. Yeah. One of the most beautiful experiences I've had as an actress and person.
You have to work through your problems. You have to come back stronger. And I tip my hat to Winona.
When we feel shame, we want to keep it private, and to go back out in public takes an enormous amount of strength.
People go through hard times all the time, and it doesn't necessarily mean they're crazy.
I think she will continue to do extraordinary work because she's that talented.
It's an honor of a lifetime